According to Robert Louis Stevenson, there are no foreign lands. It is only the traveller who is foreign. An interesting insight which those who relocate might bear in mind, and a reminder that there's often a steep learning curve when relocating to a new destination. Whether you're a private individual moving offshore, a local business bringing new staff to the island, or a new business seeking to establish a presence in Guernsey, Jersey or Alderney, then Quintessential Relocation, in partnership with the County Home Search Company, will provide a complete home search and relocation service. We help busy people with limited time by providing them with a single point of contact to project manage all the logistics involved when moving their home, staff or business to Guernsey, Jersey or Alderney. Similar but different is a phrase often used by those who come to live in the Channel Islands. The essential Britishness of the islands is one of the many attractions for those who move to live here. No language barriers, similar cultures, and a British education system, to name but a few. But each island is different, both from the mainland and from its neighbours, and things which the locals take for granted sometimes requires further explanation for newcomers.
QRC were heavily involved in our process of moving from London to Guernsey. But what stood out for me, because I was heavily pregnant and I had a toddler, was the housing problem. And we had tried in vain looking at rental houses in Guernsey on the internet, and basically were flummoxed. And QRC narrowed down the available properties by our TRP, by our budget and by our requirements, viewed them for us, and then gave a written report on each one and of their own photographs. That was really helpful, and spoke to us on Skype about which ones were best. So when we came over for a visit, we only viewed 3 of them and we picked this one, and it worked really well.
In terms of the other services provided, for me, I think it was the help with the administration that was most valuable, because there are a lot of forms to fill in, a lot of offices to visit, to get into the systems here and to get established. And QRC were great because they provided us with all the forms we needed to do, showed us where to go, drove us around so we could get things done. In particular, they introduced us to various local schools, so that we now have our toddler in a local school for this term, which otherwise he would not have been able to achieve. So we were here for probably 2 weeks and we had everything we needed to do done, and we were ready to start work and settle in here.
I would definitely use a relocation consultant again, and the outstanding thing about QRC was the personal service. You can't underestimate the value of it. You don't know what you need to know.
Our services are wide-ranging and varied, from an in-depth property search through to assistance with housing licences and all the other administrative formalities involved when relocating to the islands. We work alongside HR departments, freeing them up to focus on their core services while we deal with all the logistical issues. Having lived through international relocation ourselves, we understand the needs of those who are relocating and strive to provide a practical and supportive service.
We came here about 2 months before we moved here. She got to know us a little bit, was able to set up viewings for homes. We came to the island for 2.5 days. In 2.5 days, we saw 11 houses, met with 2 schools, and in that time, we were able to choose a school and a home.
Jo was very active in the process. She didn't just sit back and let us ask questions. She asked very pointed questions of the estate agents as well. And who wouldn't want an expert in the field there with them while they're choosing a home and asking those questions?
We're able to go back to America and settle our lives there, while she handled all the details, all the many details on the island that needed to be dealt with here. It was amazing.
Because of the help that we received, I was able to go into work right away and be effective. A lot of the things that I could have been focusing on at home or would have been focusing on, we received help with, and it freed my mind to do what I needed to do for my employer.
We arrived here on a Sunday, and she picked us up from the airport, brought us to our home, had grocery shopped for us for 3 days. Our girls started school the next day and had bought for them things that would be in their lunches that other children would have in their lunches. Without a doubt, Joe was invaluable in helping us move here.
As buyer's agents, we act not only for those arriving on the islands, but also for busy local people wanting to consider all their options but not having time to do the groundwork themselves. We'll work on behalf of the buyer to manage the whole process through to completion and liaise with all the intermediaries, including banks, advocates and surveyors, whoever's required. Our service doesn't stop when you arrive on the islands. If you need help to re-register your car, or need a cleaning lady or a personal trainer, we can handle this. As a business, you may need introductions to IT services, recruitment consultants, or specialist lawyers, for example, and we can help make key introductions for you. At Quintessential Relocation, we know and understand the benefits of living in the Channel Islands. They're wonderful places, offering a dynamic business environment and an exceptional work-life balance without the downsides of commuting or inner-city living. Our aim is to provide a complete relocation service to make your transition to island life totally seamless.